The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog and join the Progressive Army.
Welcome to another episode of the Benjamin Dixon Show. I guess this is what we're calling the nighttime stream. And thank you for so many people joining us already. We are already at 600 people streaming with us live. So be sure to click that like, share, and subscribe button. I am bringing on the person that most of you are waiting for on Friday nights, Rebecca Azor. Let me make sure her microphone is on. Rebecca, you're live. What's happening?
Hey. How you guys doing tonight? It is Friday night. I hope that you guys are doing good. I know this is the Benjamin Dixon Show, usually at nighttime, but it's the Benjamin Dixon and Rebecca Azor Show. Put me on the marquee.
It's just the name. It's just the name of the show.
You know how I get. You know how
I get. Somebody asked to get on my name marquee. I'm like, I don't know.
You be ready to, hell no.
I'm like, I don't know if I need them on the show anymore. Like they try to take my space.
Me next week, you know what happened.
She asked to have her name put on the marquee.
Or just said in the beginning of the show. That'll be good.
Let me see if I can find this call. There they go. A lot of people saying, hey, Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. Good evening, everyone. Esther saying hello, Ben and Rebecca. Let me see if I can get that on the screen. And Friday night, let's go. Hope everybody, they're all showing you love in the chat room across the board.
I need you to lift up your energy, Ben. I need you to just lift it up for me. Because usually you be so lit. I be having to match your energy. And
I'm energetic. Rebecca, what you talking about? I'm ready to go. This side, see, not my nighttime show is laid back. It's laid back.
Everybody got their glasses, so make sure, for Friday night, you can check out. I don't know how Ben does it on every night, and I'm pretty sure he's probably drinking every night, right? But no, not even
not even every day. I don't even drink like that. Is that not the impression you get? Like, you don't get the impression that I'm not really a drinker?
I'm not here to judge.
No. I mean, like, these drinks that I've been having on the show lately, like the first drinks in a long time. Like, I just don't go out, though. That's the thing. It's like, I have no problem with drinking, but I'm just not I'm not going inside of anybody's liquor store during this pandemic. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Well, I have been inside a few liquor stores. I can't lie.
I'm not going inside of anybody's enclosed place of business. I am not going into, and I did not. It took me about 5 months to find me a drive-through liquor store. Because I'm serious. I refuse to go inside of these places because I mean, it's just asking for it. So we found this drive-through liquor store in not too far from your side of town, if I'm not mistaken. And there's this.
Which we're not going to say what my side of town is because you be slipping.
Nah, I got it. I got you on lock. It was just area code 572. No, I'm joking. We don't even have 572. But anyway, the point is, it took me forever to find a drive-through, and yeah. So I thought we bought 2 months worth of. I thought we bought a month's worth of liquor last week. Nah,
you ain't make it through a month.
It didn't make it through. Didn't make it through a week. My wife had some Malibu. We had a party though. It was the election week. There was a lot going on. Everybody needed to be drinking, either celebrating last week or trying to keep your stability down set.
This is true. I mean, I remember in the beginning of the quarantine, it was like everybody was like virtual parties, get your drink. And I was going through bottles. And then I was like, this ain't right. Like, I am doing margaritas every Tuesday. Drinking vodka. I don't even really do vodka. I was doing all kinds of, and I'm like, this is too much because I was always at a virtual party. For that first week or two, we thought it was a party. We thought it was fun. Honey. And I was like, this is affecting my body. Like, I cannot be drinking like this all the time. I'm drinking at the job because it's at from home.
You tripping?
So, on the
You're
job.
drinking at the job? Like, I see if you're doing what I do, like if you did this for a living, which we're trying to, we're going to rectify that. But yeah, no, it's totally normal. Like, why in your job though?
Yeah, no,
Let you
because
mess
like
up.
it's so
Let you
stressful.
slur. Let your speech slur a little bit while you're
But
on
it
camera.
doesn't. I'm more energetic, and I'm like,
Oh, good. After you drink, you're energetic.
depending on what I'm drinking. I don't drink certain drinks on the job. Maybe a good glass of wine. They say that you could do one or two
Oh, here they go.
glasses of
Explain.
wine. It equates
You
a
know, they say one or two lines of
glass.
cocaine. You know, that's what they say. One or two lines of crack.
Well, my vice is wine.
Oh my goodness. I feel like we need to have I feel like we need to have a call-in section so we can laugh with the audience about
We
what they.
should have a call-in. We used to have our good call-ins back then, and
Somebody's laughing at my mic placement.
oh, isn't it always like that? You guys are children. You
I'm
guys
like,
are kids. You guys are kids, okay?
deep down, right? I mean, what am I supposed to do? It's no better if I put it here. It's no better.
It's
It's
gonna.
just it's just perspective. It's like camera angle at that point.
It's
Where's your
always
camera
been
angle?
like that though. It's crazy.
Oh man, y'all are wild tonight.
But
All right, Rebecca.
as a therapist, one drink for women and two for men a day. Why it gotta be two for men? Whatever.
I guess
Anywho,
they figure our body sizes. You know, men are bigger creatures. We're supposed to hit.
somebody made that up.
No, well, you know, yeah, that's not always true. I mean, some of the toughest drinkers I've ever met in my life have been women. So there you go. Deal with that as you please.
So what are we talking about today?
Um, what we talking about? So anyway, if we absolutely must cover the news, let me open up my notes over here
Something.
because we
here
do.
you go, throwing me in. Be like,
I mean,
back up.
because we do prepare, right? We prepare, and we've got stuff here that whether or not I actually cover the news, we prepare the news. Like it's here, and sometimes I just go off on a tangent because the real story is not what's in the headlines. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. No thoughts about that?
No, somebody just, and I heard what you said earlier today, which I felt like was such a lie. You was like, sometimes we get silent because it's just, we just ain't got nothing to say because we're really pondering. It's that deep. And I'm like, that nigga lied.
Wait, when did I say that? Today?
This morning on the clickbait.
It was true though. It's true.
You were like,
You know when we're lying though. Here's how you know we're lying. If we say if we do this, that means we really heard what that person said and we reflecting on it.
That is an equation to that's crazy.
Crazy. That's exactly what I was going to see. Now, if we say
And
that's crazy.
When you say that's crazy to somebody's long, drawn out story, it's kind of like at some point in that story, you stop listening. So all you had to say at the end was, crazy.
But if you say that's crazy, that means ain't nobody believe nothing you said, or we lost track of what you were saying a long time ago.
Started thinking about food.
I have no idea what the subject matter is. See, I've gotten to a point though, if I miss a point, I blame it on my age. I'm like, listen, my brain just isn't working as good as it used to. Could you start over at the beginning? And the real question is, you're going to go all the way back to the beginning for me. Would you?
No. You see, you've asked me to go back to the beginning so many times, and I'm like, hey, it's no. No.
All right. It is Friday. We do have some stories. We do have some news, but I do want to make sure.
has Flip Blue.
Georgia. Yeah.
For real.
Well, damn it. You just asked me if I had stories. I'm getting ready to go through them.
Oh.
But if you have something on your heart, go ahead.
Well, that was one of the things I was talking about with my sister earlier. I was trying to explain to her, like, we're going to get a lot of repetitive stuff. We already knew and we already took that for ourselves. GA Flip Blue, right? But
right.
Of course, now they have to come out because it was something that was projected. Now it's finalized. GA Flip Blue. We're going to have to, can you get it out of your eye? Thank you. So, no, seriously. So it's kind of like, you were on TYT today?
Yeah, about an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
I had a wardrobe change though. I had a change between. I'm like, I can't wear the same shirt. They won't let me. Like, Ben, you just wore that. Yeah, I mean, but I never left the house. But
no, because somebody just said you did good on TYT. Sorry, I was reading that. You see, head just be going crazy. But anyways, we're going to be getting that for the next few weeks, or the next week. It's going to be repetitive stuff that we already know, but they're going to be finalizing it throughout the news. So it's news again.
Oh, nice. Here's another story. The story I played last night about the Donald Trump supporter who got into that young woman's face and threatened to hit her and punch her. They found him on the web, and he has lost his job. So, that's,
you about to lose your job.
Come on. Right? You about to, how are you? Okay, let's see what else we got in here. All right, so then you did one kind of quick story, but I think what you were saying in there that actually is worth doubling down on is that Georgia has changed, right? The demographics here, the registration levels, Democrats have more registrations, but also young people. And not only has Georgia changed, but that older generation, they're dying out. And so it's our younger generation, whether you are 40 years old, or 30 years old, middle-aged, 20, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice because really when you're 30, you're old, Rebecca, just so you know, right?
Yeah, definitely feeling still young. I just left my 20s. You literally been gone out of there for a minute.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even know what the 20s look like. That was
I still can see it in my rear view.
That was a whole other person. The 20-year-old, the 21-year-old Ben Dixon to, I don't know if he was, I definitely don't know that if he was better or worse. He was a little bit better. He was a little bit worse. So that's what I see, but I can't remember it. I mean, it's kind of like snapshots of memories. That's how long ago it was. It's like you trying to remember being a teenager.
I can.
You can?
Yeah.
You're that close, but really you're not though.
So 15 years ago, I was 15. 15 years ago, you were.
That's a long ass time ago. I mean.
Yeah. But 15 years ago, you were.
If you're 5,000 years old and I'm 6,000, I'm 5,010. Do you think anybody's gonna give a damn about that difference?
Yeah. Anywho, somebody asked, is Georgia doing the recount? Have they done the recount? Have they finished the recount? Do you know?
Yeah, no, they haven't. They have not started the recount. They are
They said
talking
that would
about.
take a while.
Yeah, it's going to take a while, and they're counting by hand. And wait a minute, one person said they already did the recount. I don't think that they've already gotten the recount in. Let me check that. I'm almost certain they didn't.
Barb, you are 64 years young. Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. I'm trying to see, did they do it already? I know they just finally not certified, but decided to call it blue all the way for Joe Biden, right? We're sure of that, obviously.
Yeah.
But is that a result of the first round of counting or the second round of counting? I'm sure somebody in the audience will help clarify that momentarily. That said, Georgia has changed, right? It's not the same stuff that Bill Clinton won on in 1992.
No, they did the recount for Biden. That's what it was. They did the recount for Biden, and that's how they solidified that Biden was president today again. I know that
that's a wrap.
Yeah.
So that's a wrap. Okay. All right.
They did
good.
The count for
Biden. Do you think he's leaving?
Trump is leaving. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he may not come out and say that he's going to leave, but he's going to leave. He got to leave, and that's just what that is. What can we do about that? What can he do about that?
He could try to destroy the country. He could try to say, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying in this office.
What is left to destroy? What is left to destroy?
Plenty. I mean, you got a safe street. You live on a safe street, relatively speaking.
I do have a safe street, and but I don't even step out and shop on my safe street,
right?
Because it's safe for me. So my world is pretty much destroyed. I don't see it from the eyes of other people.
Yeah, no. I mean, you have a pretty safe, comfortable existence, right? That's what he could destroy. He could literally destroy that safety, right? He could destabilize this thing to the point where your street is no longer safe to walk down because, Proud Boys are marching in your neighborhood or the Boogaloo Boys are on your street patrolling and you've lost there's a place that I think they're willing to go.
So you think that he's that powerful, even him stepping out of office, he could still be that powerful?
No. I'm saying him refusing to step out of office would be that impactful, right? I think it would be that detrimental. And I think he's arrogant enough to not really care. I think he feels like he is so important that if it destroys America, whatever, let it destroy America, right? That's what I think Donald Trump thinks. He doesn't give a shit about anybody else, but he thinks that he is all powerful and all important and he can't suffer a loss. Now, I hope I'm wrong. Maybe he is just running a scam on all these people to get their money, right? He's fundraising from them. They're donating to him in the name of the recount. And the way the fine print reads is that he could take that money and go. That he doesn't actually have to do a recount with that money. So he's raising tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars underneath the guise of doing a recount. And the fine print of the contract says he can keep it. Do you think he's collecting this money to really do the recount, or do you think he's just scamming his supporters?
With Donald Trump, I really don't think he cares about the money. Like, money is, he has money, right? I really do think this man wants to do the recount so that he can say, I've utilized your money to do the recount to save America, to save my presidency. He wants to make sure he has all of that aligned. I don't think he's going to get the money and just scam with it. Maybe people on his team, maybe his administration, okay. But him himself, I'm pretty sure in his mind, this recount is going toward, the funding is going towards the recount. He really wants to recount. He really believes that he has these votes.
That's what I think too.
He really believes that. So
that's what I think too. I think Donald Trump really wants to win and really think that he's entitled to win and that he is not supposed to lose, especially not in front of every single American. Like, sure, he has a whole bunch of people who love him and he'll cry for him, but he's a fucking sociopath. He doesn't care about his own supporters. He doesn't care about all those people who run around and make America great again hats and they, dying of COVID-19. He doesn't care about them.
Dying in trailers, dying. And no offense to anybody who lives in trailers, like nothing like that. But for the folks, what type of folks I'm talking about. But he doesn't give.
I don't know, Rebecca. What kind of folks are you talking about?
Let's move. Look, should I stop?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you alone. All right, let's take a look at this first clip from Donald Trump's press conference today. That's what those are called. And I want you to take a look at his hair, Rebecca. Look at something's different about him. Let's watch.
Pfizer said it wasn't part of Warp Speed, but that turned out to be a unfortunate misrepresentation. They are part. That's why we gave them the $1.95 billion. And it was an unfortunate mistake that they made when they said that. We will work to secure an emergency use authorization, which should be coming down extremely soon. And my administration will then coordinate the distribution of the vaccine, and it will be approved. I think, again, it will be approved very, very quickly, we hope.
All right. There you go. That's him meandering about the potential vaccine. And I guess my question really is, are you going to take this thing? This vaccine?
Yeah. Okay, look at me. Like, let me be honest. And this is for me. I would not, and I hate to say it because I don't want to sound like
an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, but yeah, I am. And I'll say this because I don't trust it, especially
$1 million billion. Go ahead.
Anything that comes from Donald Trump, anything that he's saying, anything. This man literally told us to inject ourselves with bleach. This man, like, come on, do I really trust him and who he's? I know that in the beginning, was it China that offered assistance in their vaccine, and he said he wants something to do with that. He wants something that's American made, whatever the case may be. He's turned down help. So for me, it's kind of like if we look at these other countries and how they're healing from it, and then we look at us.
We so dumb.
We so dumb. And the people who, and there are more people who are like me who are saying no, but who are still going out, who are not wearing their mask, whatever, who don't want to be vaccinated, and who do not want to be checked with the COVID-19 test. So, but for me, Rebecca Azor, as for me in my house,
you got Bob.
We will not take the vaccine.
We will serve the Lord. It's for me in my house. See, so as for me in my house, I'm going to wait about 3 months after the first group takes it.
Has died out after taking
it. No, if they live, they live. I got no control over that, right? All I got control over is my household. I can't even control my siblings, my brother who's only 10 years younger or 9 years younger, 7 years younger than me. I can't even help them. They got to make those decisions for themselves. I can't certainly help anybody who is outside of my bloodline. You know what I mean? The only people I can take care of are the people in my house.
Yeah,
You
your
know?
kids, wife, that's it. I mean, that's for me, it's like the only person that I can take care of is just me, right?
Yeah.
And like I have to make rules for myself. If I've been out somewhere, I make sure that I quarantine in my home if I choose to go out somewhere. And if I'm
Right.
out somewhere, I got to make sure I wear my mask, right? It's just kind of like some people aren't doing any of those things. They don't believe that COVID-19 is real. I saw a post today on, and I hate to say it because I be on there. You know, I ain't mad that I be on there, but the Shade Room, let's be honest, right? And
Uh-huh.
I know that our audience knows what the Shade Room is, knows what Baller Alert is. My preference is Baller Alert because they getting real savvy on the news. But anywho, with the Shade Room, they're posting up people who are putting up conflicting news, right? You got people taking tests and saying that they're taking these tests
Mm.
and these immediate tests, and oh my gosh, I took two tests, and these two tests tested positive, and these two tests tested negative. They're immediate tests. However, I spoke with my cousin who is on the front lines right now in Texas where the numbers are ridiculously high. And she said, see, this is misleading information. What happens is when they put this up, they should also put facts or be speaking to somebody who knows about this kind of stuff. Because she says when you take these rapid tests, they are not 100%. Right?
Mm.
So it's like this is what we're dealing with. We still have no answers for real how to stop this thing. We still
Bruh.
have no it's like everything is still crazy. So why can't we just kind of stay home? Not kind of stay
Right.
home, just stay
Because
home.
that's the only thing I can, that is literally the only thing I can control. Because y'all out there acting so damn stupid. Right. And I'm not talking about y'all, my audience. I'm talking about these clowns out here who don't want to wear a mask. All right.
Yeah.
All you got to do is wear a mask and we could probably save 100,000 lives. Do you know how many people that is? That's 100,000 people. That's a lot of people. See, I just don't assume that I won't be in that number. I don't assume that I can go out to the bar and sit in the bar, excuse me, and not catch COVID-19 and end up being the one of the bodies, right?
Yeah.
I could just as easily be me. So it's what I'm gonna do. It's me me and my house. We stay in our butts at home.
And that's it. And that's good that you're doing that. Like I go outside, I go running, I go to the grocery store. I go shopping early morning if I want something for my home or if I want something to put on in the home, or if I want to, go do brunch or whatever. I have to maneuver the times. I got to see, is this location have COVID-19 contingency plans for inside, for the people. This is the life that I have to live. Some people don't give a damn. I don't like my partner, he lives in Atlanta in Buckhead. I
Is
don't
that
like
the African angel?
It's the African Angel, but
Nah.
I don't like really going to Buckhead because people are. I ain't never seen nothing like it. People are free. There is no COVID-19 in Buckhead. There is people are untouchable. There is no COVID-19 there. So it's just kind of like, it's hard for me to kind of like want to go anywhere there. So I kind of like just stay places
I
or go places
was
that
I
are.
was I was picking up something yesterday, and this guy was being super helpful, more helpful than I wanted. Because and I tipped him really well to come out to my car because, like I said, I'm not going inside of your establishment, especially if you're not an open air establishment. I'm just not taking that risk. So he said, "Well, I can come out to your car." I said, "If you come out to my car, I would tip you, and you can keep all the change." And so he came out, and I guess he was super motivated to help me because he wanted to show me everything. And I was like, no, I don't want to see everything. And then his mask slid from over his face down under his nose. I was like, oh God, here we go. And I'm like, and I'm ready. I'm trying to tell him to put his mask back up, but he was just so excited. And so now I'm like, damn, I was in this space with this guy who was so helpful. And then his mask fell off and I couldn't even get a word in sideways to tell him to pull his mask back up. See, that's why I'm not going out in public. Y'all don't need me in the streets.
You have Stacey Joe, who says that Atlanta's numbers aren't that high. And if you could take a moment right now, Ben, since you are the researcher of the show, could you look at what Atlanta numbers could possibly be right now? Because for me, I feel like even though Atlanta's numbers may not be as high, imagine the people who are coming to visit, because Atlanta is the hot spot to come visit right now during COVID-19.
Oh.
Everybody who's coming to visit in Atlanta, they're going back to where they're from, right?
They're taking
Imagine
it back with them.
how
Wow.
COVID-19
So we ain't even got it
transport.
here because really we got 34,000 total confirmed cases as of today in Fulton County, Georgia. So that actually bodes well because what we have like at least like 1,000,000 too. Like it's in the metropolitan Atlanta area. There's a lot of people.
But
So
that's for Fulton County. So
yeah, like all these, but there's other counties in South
metropolitan is
Georgia.
not only Fulton County.
Right. Wait, so the greater, oh, you're right. So then I'd have to check out the numbers for the Metro Atlanta number, Fulton County. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna search it because I'm gonna find I'm gonna find something that makes me a little more, gives my anxiety a reason to scream. Go ahead.
So, somebody said, "Hey, Rebecca, I work in Buckhead, no mask, no service. Thank you for working in the establishment. Let me know where you work so I can go pull up." But but no, seriously, it's, remember in the beginning when we were talking about the numbers, like way in the beginning, and we're like, uh, how many thousand people died of this, and it was, and it was, these numbers are important because this amount of people died, but it's not important because they're comparing it to the flu at the time, right?
Right.
I feel like that's how the conversation is going when you're saying it's not as bad, 35,000. No, 35,000 people confirmed cases that can spread because people don't give a fuck.
That's about
Like,
mine.
that's crazy to me.
Send me $20 for my tip jar. You've been cussing. I don't think I've cussed yet, have I?
I apologize, but
I
that
probably did.
it kind of gets me riled up because when I see them in the club, man, I want to go out. I love my Haitian spots, and I want to go out and I want to go dance, and like I perform, and I can't go out after the show and dance, right? I can't do that. So it's like I have to make my way and go home. Me and my sister, after singing background, we sing for a particular Haitian band. And after singing background for that band, because I'm a hustler and I got to make money on the side, but after singing background for this band, I be checking out there because everybody be like, Rebecca, and I can't.
Right.
And when I did dance with somebody, let me tell you something, it was the best dance ever. And when I got home,
You were worried about that thing.
I was worried about that thing.
You were sick to your stomach, like, oh Lord, I got it.
Sick. Couldn't see my partner, couldn't do nothing. Like, I had to make sure, because sometimes we get lost in the moment, and it's like, but then you think about it, and then we look at what our America is looking like right now, and our numbers are ridiculous.
Well, wait a minute. How long ago was that?
That was like months ago, maybe like 3
Okay,
months
so
ago.
you're in the clear. You're in the clear.
I'm in the clear.
Okay.
So, but when I said I was tossing and turning in the night.
Man, listen, my nightmares have changed. My anxiety nightmares. I had a dream. I don't really call them nightmares, but that's the best way to describe it for you all. I had a dream the other night that I was at my dad's church way back when I would have been in my teenage years. And I was inside the church, and they were all excited because it was about to be this big festival where all the men in the community come together and sing songs. And so they pushing me, come on, get in the choir with us, And so I'm in the choir with a whole bunch. We have, I'm looking around. We all looking great, singing songs like, black churches like to do. They like to make black men feel special and put us all in the choir. Okay. Then when I walked out of the church in my dream, obviously, the terror that I was feeling, I'm like, holy shit. This is COVID-19. I just spent the last 2 hours in a choir stand with a bunch of sweaty niggas singing songs. I'm like, Lord, I know I got COVID-19. There's nowhere in the world. So that was my anxiety dream. And I woke up and I was like, whew. I don't think I've ever been so happy to wake up from a dream than that one. Cause I'm like, I know I've done better at quarantining than to go out to somebody's damn church choir. So anyway, those are I guess you obviously ain't having those kind of nightmares cause you staying in the streets.
Yeah, I'm not having those nightmares. Like, for me, you got family like that's in your vicinity. Like, you got people you can talk to. Right? And
it's a good thing and it's a good thing and a bad thing because like for you don't have the company.
No one to talk to, no one to see sometimes, and even I have to quarantine from him because it'll be like, okay, you traveled to Miami, came here, can't see you like that, like, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. Like, he has a business there, so it's like it's hard, it's tough.
Right. But then on the other side, you don't have any of the company. But on the flip side of it, you don't have to worry about infecting your kids if you decide to go out. You only have to worry about affecting you.
But if I had children, this is the thing. If I had little big head kids, because I presume that my kids would have heads, like huge ones.
Yes.
If I had little big head babies, and a husband, and I was home, I would be home, right?
Right.
And I probably be
Right.
cooking something, but I would be home because
Yeah.
she don't cook. But I would be home, and I would be literally focused on not going out and infecting my family. Even me visiting my family, that's why I stayed away so long, and I needed to make sure that we quarantined before we even visited them. I didn't see my parents for months, like
Wow.
for at all,
Well, I haven't
because
seen
I
my
was like,
mom I haven't seen my mom since it started. What's it, like 8 months now? It will be a year soon, and it'll be like I
some
haven't
people
seen my
don't
family.
care. Some people don't
Yeah.
care, and they're not like. And maybe I'm just being overly precautious when it comes to my family, with my parents, because they're older. But when my mom got sick and she didn't know what was going on, and she's a nurse, so she works around, others. So other people who are sick all the time. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
when she didn't know what was wrong with her, and she finally took her COVID-19 test twice and passed. Not passed, came up negative.
She got an A+ on the test.
Right. I kind of was like, you need to stay your ass home. Stop
Yeah.
going to church. Because the Haitian church, they was like, Jesus is still. No. No, they got it online.
They do. That's
Stop.
exactly how they be at the Haitian churches. Let me play this.
No.
Let me play this next clip of Donald Trump talking more about something he's running his mouth about with his white hair.
And hundreds of thousands of jobs every single day. Ideally, we
He
won't
didn't
go
diet.
to a lockdown. I will not go. This administration will not be going to a lockdown. Hopefully, the whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration it will be. I guess time will tell. But I can tell you, this administration will not go to a lockdown. There won't be necessity. Lockdowns cost lives, and they cost a lot of problems.
All right. So what he's talking about here is he almost messed up and said that the next administration, he almost messed up and said that he's going to admit that there's going to be a next generation administration. But then he caught himself because that'll mess up his hustle. His hustle right now is for him to be able to say, we're going to fight this to the end, and there's going to be a second Donald Trump administration if you would just send us a donation of $5,000, right? That's what he's hustling right now. He almost messed up and said that. But the bigger, broader message in that clip, Rebecca, is the fact that they're not willing to shut down this country for the sake of saving lives. So this economy is more important than the lives of the people.
The economy they've showed us that the economy is more important than the lives of the people. Look at the response during COVID-19. They gave out all this money to companies, period. And they gave us $1,200.
$1,200. That's it.
My rent is not even $1,200.
Right. Right.
What to this day?
To this day.
From that one check to this day, you had people that had to scam the system to get money, right? Because a lot of people scam the system to get money so they can survive for their small businesses that didn't qualify, or for their homes and their family, right?
Right.
And here he goes giving money to all these corporations to make sure they keep them open, and then expect us to take our $1,200 that they gave us to go spend at these corporations to keep these states open while COVID-19 was running rampant, and we had no clue. We had no clue about it, how it was coming about. So much different information was coming out about it.
You almost said that in the Wakanda accent. We had no clue. Is that what you're about to say?
My Haitian accent.
No, that was more of Wakanda. Like you do your Wakanda accent.
I'm not doing that. Stop putting me on the spot. That's crazy.
We're on the show. This is what the show. Everything about this is about putting ourselves on the spot. Do you ever feel weird with people watching you?
You know what's crazy? Like, I'm looking at myself. I hate to see it. Right?
Yeah.
But when people
We
see
hate
me,
to see it too.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. But when people see me and they'll be like, hey, loved you on the show yesterday. You look so cute, whatever. I just cringe because I'm like, ugh. And then when I watch myself back, I'm like, I just can't watch the full thing. I get all weird. I don't know. I hate knowing that people are watching me sometimes. I just be like, I'm talking. That's it. I'm talking, listening. That's it.
I get weird. I remember you telling me that back in the day, like you get weird, and I was like, why? I was like, just just do what you do. But I do get weird when I'm like in public and somebody recognizes me, and then they're like, "Oh, Ben Dixon," and I'm like,
You're Ben Dixon, no.
I'm like, no, wait a minute, no, because to me, it's really honestly, you know me, Rebecca, like I ain't like literally nobody. This is like we just out here doing what we believe in.
Yeah, no, you're right. But you are somebody. Let's not do that. It's crazy because when I go out in my community, especially amongst a lot of young Black women, I know I may not be a big thing on Twitter like Benjamin Dixon. Crazy because when I step out into the community or when I look into my inbox on my other page, like people are so like, oh my God, it's Rebecca. She wrote me back. It's, oh my God, it's da da da.
Yeah.
That makes me crazy.
Yeah,
That makes
it's the
me
same
feel
thing.
crazy.
It's the same thing. Like even if you're not in public and somebody's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you wrote me back," and I'm like, yo, like we ain't nobody but people behind the same Twitter platform on our iPhone. We the same. We the same.
Ben
Like
got 1 million followers. He is a whole celebrity. Got a blue check on the Facebook. Okay, got a whole.
somebody.
This is a whole celebrity where I'm talking to that I'm sitting with right now, you guys. This is a whole celebrity.
That's funny to me. That's funny to me. I don't believe that, but at the same time, like
you're amazing.
Well, thank you. Wow, look at you, just giving me compliments, and I've been like low key ragging on you the whole episode. But it's all in love. And just so we bring everybody down to the same level, B. Brewster said Ben got on a tracksuit from the Jesse Jackson line. I got the Al Sharpton.
But Ben.
I got the Al Sharpton classic.
Better with the outfit. He got tracksuits. He wore Armani Exchange yesterday.
You saw the
Armani?
He wore
twice, actually.
I did.
Like I've been seeing it. I'm like, okay. I see a little style coming into play. I would, you should always, confirm with me. But other than that, you looking okay. It's not the one little T-shirt with the red on it with the fist and the blazer. You ain't doing that all the
time. My Che Guevara shirt.
Every day. You're not doing that. It's good. We have graduated. That means the money ain't looking funny.
Oh man, because I was laughing with somebody today. I was laughing with my accountant today, and I was talking like, man, I don't know no better about some stuff sometimes, man. I was like, my homegirl had to tell me to stop wearing the same goddamn blazer on TV every single time, and likewise, like just realizing, man, like I grew up poor. I don't know nothing about a lot of these I just know a couple of names that I hear in hip hop. If they said it in a rap, then I could tell you about Gucci, right? I could but outside of that, I don't know what Gucci is, man.
It is what it is. Like for me, real quick, I'll tell you ladies, like I am a shopaholic and I like to be out here. One day you'll see me with the wig, one day you see me with my natural, one day you see me with whatever. Like it is whatever. And for me, here he go.
Somebody said that they like Ben just showing off now. He was wearing polo on TYT
somebody
earlier.
said Ben wanted somebody to see that
this right here?
Armani Exchange, and I said yes, he did.
Yes, he did. But listen. What's funny about it was like I had on a shirt, and I'm like, damn, if I wear it tonight, it's the same shirt I wore on Saturday at the party, and we were partying for that long. So I don't need my audience to see it, but the Young Turks audience haven't seen that shirt yet. So you gotta do that kind of thing when wardrobe is apparently important in this industry. Like,
it's very important.
You can't just wear anything you want.
When you're dressing yourself like I do, like, listen, let me tell you something. I go to a special store, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. You know what? I don't even hate to say it. Listen, I go to the thrift store, sweetie. I love the Goodwill. I find a lot of good pieces. I got some Gucci stuff, Chanel stuff that I've gotten from, consignment stores, right? Because right now I can't afford that, right?
Yeah.
But what I can afford is going to get it secondhand. Another thing that I love is DD's. DD's discounts gives you quality stuff. When I step out, people be like, girl, where did you get that? And I'm like, right. Maybe it's DD's. You just never know. You just never know. Sometimes I tell them it's like a whole other place. You got to shop where you got to shop, especially when you're dressing yourself. You have to fake it till you make it. And for me, I don't really care about spending $1 million on outfits or something.
Man.
I don't believe in the Birkin bags, nothing. I don't believe in none of that. None of that. I'd rather spend that money on something else. I will buy a fake and let somebody think it's real.
Let me tell you something. What I would rather, if y'all would let me put on my same blue shirt every day, that is what I would rather. Because the truth is, it's not the same blue shirt. I have multiple issues of the same. My closet.
Thank you, Steve from Blue's Clues. But we're not doing that.
But no, because I don't believe in wearing anything dirty. So that's the thing. Like I will wear the same exact cut shirt because I have like 3 of the same shirts in my closet. It really is ridiculous. So if y'all would let me and not even be like, oh, Ben, when you gonna change shirts? I'd wear the same goddamn blue within that margin of error, the blue polka dot, the blue jean, the blue. I just stay with the same shirt every single day.
Somebody said you're gorgeous in blue, Ben.
Well,
that is your uniform. You know what's funny? People say when I go out, Rebecca's uniform is shorts, knee-high
exactly.
Boots,
yep.
Knee-high boots and a t-shirt. That's Rebecca's uniform. It does become your uniform.
Raylan, I promise you, when this pandemic is over, you're gonna have to see me because she's been getting the best roast in there. He said he's got 20 yellow shirts, y'all, because I do. What's funny about her jokes is because they always be spot on. Like people be cutting you right to where you are. But like I'm so exposed out here with my 20. I got 20. No, I don't have 20 of any shirt, but I have like 3 white shirts, 3 blue shirts, and 3 yellow shirts. And y'all won't let me be great. Make me have to go out here and spend money on clothes. I ain't never spent money on clothes.
Somebody said, well, I've been thinking we ain't see him on TYT with Anna today. They saw you in the shirt, okay?
No, what they said was it ain't like their audience ain't this audience. Like, cause they got 6 million followers on there. Do I really think that I've got 100,000 unique people who aren't already over at TYT? They're already over it.
You have a really consistent audience, which is great. They're gonna follow you where you go.
Yeah. To be Brewster, I really would love if this was a set uniform, which brings me full circle. Because if it was a set uniform, I could
look at baby in the background. Please look at baby in the background.
They can. They. I don't think they can. Can they see him?
Yeah,
no, they can see his cheeks.
They can't see him because baby is right there.
We're on a split screen. Hey, Bubba, go to mommy. Go.
But listen, did you see that clip of Wendy Williams saying that she does believe that, and here's my thing, everybody has their right to their own opinion, right? Mm-hmm. So the audience, I want you guys to really tell me what you think about this. And I should have sent the clip over, but I was slaving before I got on the show. So did you see that clip of, what's her name? Wendy Williams saying that she believes that Donald Trump deserves to
die?
No, get all his votes out. Get everything in because.
Can you send me the link? If you could text me the link or send it to me somehow, I can share it with the audience because I haven't seen it. But there's a level of stupidity that comes with some of these. Hey, Bubba, you want to say hello to the people?
Say hello? Let him say hi because he's popping up.
Because he's staying here now. He's gonna act shy. But certain with celebrity, there's a certain level of stupidity that prances around as if they're intelligent. Like she probably thought she said something smart. And when we listen to her, it's going to sound dumb as hell.
Basically, she said he has every right to investigate the election results. Okay. So, that it's interesting to me because I feel like everyone does have the right to their opinion and what they're saying. And I don't know exactly where she was going with it, but one thing about 2020, 2018, 2017, and now, hey, boo-boo, look at those little cutie.
He's out of here.
One thing about the last few years is that it's shown us that if you are a journalist or a media personality of color, and you have a side that you do choose, and it is going to be a disservice.
Right.
If you speak
I tell you what, I'm gonna stop distracting you. I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Okay, so as I was saying, for the last few years, we know that 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 has shown us that it is a disservice that if you, as a media personality, as a journalist, come out and speak for the side that's the opposition, for people who look like you, it's a disservice to your community, right? I don't agree with everything Kamala Harris has done. Her policies, but when I learned of her policies and things like that. I just really, made sure I spoke about that. But do you think that I'm going to be out here dragging her all through the streets to the other people?
Right.
It's not happening, right? But I'm still going to make sure that we hold her accountable. You, Wendy Williams, you have this platform that so many people are watching, especially white women who watch your show.
Right.
And they're looking at you and they're looking at you saying, hey, she's choosing a side, right? We agree with what she's saying as a black woman. The black woman said it on her show. He has every right to investigate the elections. Mm-hmm. Every right. And it's looking like, girl, listen, no, he don't. Are we looking at this from a clear point of view? As black people, voter suppression, let's put all these things into play when it was his time, right? And now that he's losing, he has every right to investigate this election. Stop playing with me.
So she prioritized, right? She let her priorities be known, and her priorities for her is to defend the right of Donald Trump to be a sore loser and demand all these recounts. That's what's the priority to Wendy Williams. For us, the priority is this man would use the opportunity for a recount to steal the election for us. So let's not give him an opportunity. And here Wendy Williams is saying, oh, how you doing? Let's let him count.
I sent it to you on Instagram, so maybe you could play that if you can. But yeah, how you doing? He should be counting. And it's just like, it just gives us that, like, it's just, you're choosing a side. I'm sorry. I don't care. Donald Trump has done so much bad for people who look like me. I could never speak positive about this man. And maybe the only positive thing I can say is that he's got his money. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you.
But is he though? Is he really though?
And is he really though? I don't know. At this point, back then, that's what made black rappers and black actors and black people in power stand with him and take pictures and go on his show. That's, because we believe that he was about his money. He was a businessman, and
he ain't a businessman. He's a businessman. So let me handle my business. Damn.
Thank you, Jay-Z.
Let's go with one more quote, one more video from Donald Trump before we shift subjects here.
Right away, millions of doses will soon be going out the door. They're all ready, waiting for that final approval. As soon as April, the vaccine will be available to the entire general population, with the exception of places like New York State, where, for political reasons, the governor decided to say, and I don't think it's good politically. I think it's very bad from a health standpoint, but he wants to take his time on the vaccine. He doesn't trust where the vaccine's coming from. These are coming from the greatest companies anywhere in the world, greatest labs in the world. But he doesn't trust the fact that it's this White House, this administration. So we won't be delivering it to New York until we have authorization to do so. And that pains me to say that.
This man is willing to cut off the supply of a vaccine to the state of New York because he doesn't like the fact that New Yorkers, Governor Cuomo, is saying, hey, look, I don't know if I'm going to take you at face value. I want to investigate this a little bit more. Hell, I want to investigate a little more. I'm not putting that vaccine in me until I see Barron Trump take it. When Barron Trump takes the vaccine, I'll give him 3 months. And if he looks good, I'll take it myself and give it to my kids.
Nope. I ain't taking it. I want to see what it does, where it do what it do. Why can't he take it? Let him and his clique take it. Look at all that talk he was doing. Look at him, his whole administration. They are sick. They are dying off. Herman Cain said he ain't wearing no mask. There ain't no reason to. COVID-19, blah, blah. We woke up and the man was dead. It's not funny that he's dead, but
did you see the video, the tweet that went like uber viral of a casket? Somebody tweeted a picture of a casket to Herman Cain saying, "This you?" Bruh.
That's not funny. I can't be laughing about that because I'm trying to make it to the pearly. So listen, that ain't right. Okay, stop it because that ain't right.
He was so happy at that concert. They got the video of them with the selfies. They're like,
like
3 hours later, it was dead.
That is crazy. And it just goes to show all of them, from the young girls, the young workers, to the older people in the administration, they all got COVID-19. And then the Secret Service members, they're either positive with
Right.
COVID-19 or they're having to quarantine.
Yeah. Yeah. The only
So
people I feel sorry in this whole equation are all the victims of these idiots out here spreading COVID-19 and contributing to the politicization of wearing a mask. Like, we can't even get people to put on a damn mask because of Donald Trump. And so the people I feel bad for aren't those morons who are out there getting it. I feel bad for the people who have to care for them. I feel
yeah,
bad for the healthcare industry. I feel
yeah,
bad for the essential worker who has to deliver them groceries, right? I feel
yeah.
bad for all of those people. And I even kind of sort of have a little hint of empathy on behalf of their family that's going to mourn them after they're dead, right? I feel bad for them. But the moron itself that went out there and thought that this was fake because Donald Trump told him it was fake, I'm having a hard time having any empathy for them.
Me too. There was a guy who recorded, and this was there was a point in time where everybody was documenting um, their COVID-19
Yeah.
journeys, and some of them weren't believers in the beginning that COVID-19 was real, and had posted up their old Facebook posts where they said COVID-19 ain't real, or their lives where they were saying that COVID-19 ain't real. Then their journeys throughout the hospital where they were not breathing
Right.
too well, and then where they were no longer alive. It's just too much. Like, all of that happened, and it's still happening to this day. People probably aren't. It's not going as viral as it once was. All that is happening. But y'all, listen, COVID-19 is still real. I don't care if it's 4 people, 5 people, 10 people, 35,000. It was once 10. It was
Right.
once 20. It was once 30. And I don't care if 35,000 in the middle of Fulton County looks like low numbers compared to the rest of the world. 35,000, y'all. Imagine if all those people died. It's nothing to you unless it's close to home, right?
It's nothing to you unless, I mean, if you don't have that type of empathy, then it's nothing to you unless it hits you. And then some of those people don't even give a damn when it hits their family, right? The only time they would ever care if it hits them personally. But the rest of, like, right, for the rest of us, we feel bad for those people's family. Like, every person I hear about dying from COVID-19, I empathize because I know, one, they wanted to live, and 2, their family members sure as hell wanted them to live. But here they are, gone because of so much ignorance and stupidity.
Why can't we? I just don't understand America. And even with me, I'm frustrated myself sometimes when I get all bothered, like, oh God, I just need to be out. I want to go and travel. This is supposed to be my travel year. And how selfish am I sometimes? And I'm like, I have life, right?
Yeah.
Somebody is dead who is younger than me, or who
Yeah.
is my age, who is a mother, a sister, like a brother, all of that, and wasn't able to, because they decided to go on a trip because it was $5
Or to go to lunch at a bar, right?
at a bar.
Because they needed to go to Hooters, right? They just said, we picked up some food from Hooters the other day because we got tired of Chili's because I investigate. I'm like, well, does your staff wear a mask? Does your chefs wear a mask? Then I'm like, okay, if everybody's wearing a mask and they'll bring it to my curb, then one, you're doing the best you can do, right? But while we were on the curve trying to be conscientious, I can't even say it, be cognizant of to be cognizant of our responsibility to the community, to not get anybody else sick, our responsibility to ourselves to try to live and survive this, and our responsibility to our children to make sure that they survive it. We're sitting out here worried about all these things, trying to do the right thing, and the goddamn restaurant was jam-packed on the inside. I'm like, y'all are out your goddamn minds. What is wrong with people?
Me, everything, because I'll be a person that be like, okay, let me just run in there real quick and get my food and come out. Like, that's me, right? But I have to start being mindful as well.
Hey,
like,
man, you gotta turn that TV off, bruh. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
just want,
I didn't mute myself. I'm sorry. Keep going, Rebecca.
let Ben, do his fatherly duties. But I want everyone in the audience to understand that, Like, I want y'all to be safe. Like, I know that we're going out, and I ain't trying to stop nobody from going out, because let me tell you something. I be out, okay, with my mask on at places that are COVID-19, friendly. They make sure that we're spacing out the tables. Something at least let me know that there's some.
Right.
They got gloves on, face masks when they cooking. Because I've been places where they don't have gloves, and I'm like, hell no, how dare you? And I've made a scene, right? But still, like, I want us to be safe, guys. I want us to make it through. I really do. Because you don't want to be that person that's sick, or your family member or you're
They got to treat you. They're the ones that got to take
and
care
then
of you.
Yeah, you don't want us to be like the person that's asymptomatic, and then they give it to somebody else. Your baby, your mother, your father, your grandmother,
They
and
don't
they
even
got
care.
bald headed behind wanting to go to the club.
They just had to go pull up to the
You
bar.
had to go get drinks with your friends.
Right. You had to sit at the bar and get some. I'm never going to look at bars the same, to be quite honest with you. The rate of infection at bars, I have no desire to consider, because I used to be that dude who sit at the end of the bar. And if you talk to me, I got a whole lot of stories. I could, I'm the old man at the at the end of the bar.
Oh,
You always appreciated my stories, so don't even.
Lord, the story. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, well,
I'm kidding.
no, you've done that to me plenty of times, right? And then what's really bad is,
but I'll be listening, because I'll be saying, what do I say? You told
that's
me
crazy.
this story already. No, I think you've told me this story already. You said this already, and you'd be like, well, tell me if I told you already. Then I would tell you, and this happened, and that, and you'd be like, damn, I did tell you.
Well, that's why I know I'm an old man, because I'm saying the same stories over and over again. Now, when I was still young, I used to get tired. We're going to make new stories. Nah, when you cross over, you know that you have crossed over into old agedom, when you're just as comfortable. You're more comfortable telling your stories than to go out making new stories. I'm too old to go out and make any new stories. I'm good on that.
Well, we can't make no new stories right now. It's 2020. I need to hear what's happening in your homes. Like, I walked to the laundry room today and actually took the laundry out of the dryer and folded it. Task right there.
Wow.
That's the story right there.
That's an accomplishment.
Let me tell you something, because at first I was like, oh my God, laundry day, put some music on and fold. Okay, it got annoying. So laundry be in that dryer.
But you got it done.
For about a good 2 days, and then I get to it.
I got a little visitor back here. All right, let's take a look at this next video. I'm not sure what this one is, but it looks interesting. Let's go.
Hey, from Dr. Fauci, Senator.
I've always said that I want to believe that he is well-intentioned, but I think he's biased in the sense that he believes in government solutions. He believes that submission and lockdown are fine. He's not too worried about individual liberties, but he also tends to gloss over the science, because we've had this debate back and forth about immunity. And I've been saying all along that I think that children have some sort of pre-existing immunity. The tests are now backing me up on this. There was an article in Science just in the last 2 weeks saying that kids have antibodies to coronavirus colds, and that there's cross-reactivity that seems to be protecting them. But the other thing is we have 11 million people in our country who have already had COVID. We should tell them to celebrate. We should tell them to throw away their masks, go to restaurants, live again, because these people are now immune. But Dr. Fauci doesn't want to admit to any of that.
Those people, I got to cut that shit off right there, because those people may have, right now it looks like they have temporary immunity. People have gotten infected twice. Right? There have been people who survived COVID-19 the first time and they didn't survive it the second time. And this clown ass human being is telling you to go out and celebrate and throw away your mask.
And and here's the thing: people are listening to him, though. People are listening to these people and taking their advice full on, instead of looking at the numbers and looking at the history of what's been going on for these last few months, almost a year. Right? And we're sitting here and looking at and listening to this and saying, okay, I mean, you've been infected. You may be immune after you've been infected. You may not can get it twice. All of this information is wrong, right? There's nothing that is right. But what is right is just making sure you stay safe and you do the things that are right to protect yourself, so that when stuff does come out, we can start taking, from people who are like doctors and, with given information that is correct, that we can definitely verify. We're on the good side of the fence. We don't need to be out there with this fake news, right? Like, we don't need to be out there going by this. And unfortunately, So many people are going by this, and it's not just white people. It's not just Republicans. It's
Yeah.
not just a certain demographic. It literally is everybody that has this mindset. And it may just be that, oh my God, COVID-19 isn't real. And it may be on this
Yeah.
side. Oh my God, did you hear what Trump said? That's, we're going to go by that. It's
Yeah.
too much. I hate it. I can't help nobody, and that's what sucks. That sucks.
There's a lot of great comments. But yeah, so the last thing about that before we move to the next clip is that I feel like this guy really just listening to them, what they think sounds smart really just sounds dumb as shit, right? He really thinks he's sounding ingenious when all I hear out of his mouth is, I am the dumbest mother in this entire conversation, because what I'm saying, thus says Rand Paul, what I'm saying is what's going to get you killed, right? What Rand Paul is saying is what's going to get some people killed. So to me, it sounds like the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard, but they swear he sounds smart. How is it that what these clowns think is intelligence is the exact thing that could end up destroying us?
It's been the whole, this is like a pattern. This is like what it's always been. I mean, they've always said something. They've always said something that is against the grain, that isn't true. That's just what they believe because they heard it. They woke up and that's what they believe. There is never any verification. I can't say there's never any verification, but for the most part, when it's centered around this COVID-19 pandemic, there has been a lot of times where the information is never verified, but they just drop that information out of the damn
just say
sky
it anyway,
and they don't give a damn.
Right,
People
wrong,
have
indifferent
died because of it,
right?
And they don't give a damn.
They don't care. They don't care. A lie to them is just a means to an end. It's not something that has to be reconciled, has to be like, you're not kind of told a little white lie. They don't have any remorse for any of the things they do. They just feel like if you got to die in order for them to make their next $25, then you just got to die. Speaking
Let
me
tell you something. A lot of times, these doctors in the beginning as well, I feel like, and this is my honest truth, it still looked at COVID-19 as money. Like, I'm just going to go ahead. This person was already dying. This is why I said for Black people, I worry in the health in healthcare, because a lot of them were going in and probably had COVID-19 in the beginning, or probably had other underlying issues, and they were just saying COVID-19. And remember when they were doing those graves in the back of the hospitals, in the middle of nowhere,
the mass graves,
and a lot of Black bodies were a part of that. Like, remember that? Because
that's the thing. Like, people don't look at those bodies and ever empathize from their perspective. Right? It's kind of hard to do because they're dead. It's easy for you to dream about being a superstar, right? Everybody, if they have an outer body experience, most people have this experience with, I'm going to be on a stage and I'm going to be famous and I'm going to be rich. You could dream about that. But do you ever actually extend yourself and empathize with the person that's dead? Like, those people would love to be alive right now, but they are dead because of the decisions that you make. But the reason they don't care is because they have no regard for somebody else's suffering. They only care about their own suffering. And to them, putting on a mask is suffering, when for us, dying from COVID-19 because we weren't making enough money to stay at home, because we were so impoverished, because we're Black, indigenous, brown people working these essential worker jobs. We're dying because your selfish ass can't put on a mask.
And it's so crazy because back home, it's hard to get a lot of these Haitians to really just kind of like do what we asked them to do. I had to go to I did not actually go to the funeral of the pastor, my pastor who died, after preaching at somebody's funeral. And I can't say it's tied together, but it's tied together in my mind. Right. Preaching at somebody's funeral who died of COVID-19.
And then dying from it.
Ends up getting COVID-19 and dying in his sleep.
Yeah.
And I had to tell my beautiful mama, she need to sit her little bald-headed ass at home.
To not go to the funeral, right?
My father, who was one of the most like well-known videographers in the Haitian community over there, was told to go. And I told him, you need to stay home. This is not about like me trying to say that we don't love this person, whatever. That's okay. I heard you. So I said for them to, you know, my dad to do the video at least and send it to them virtually. Okay. And they were upset. There were a lot of people who were upset and felt that they were, hey, y'all should have been there. Y'all like family, whatever.
Right.
No, sweetie, my daddy's not getting COVID-19. He's not going to get coronavirus. Do you not see the pattern here? Do you not see what
Right.
happened? No. So it's kind of like it's just very frustrating.
I just can't assume. I don't have the I'm not structured that way. I don't have the arrogance to assume that I can catch COVID-19 and I'm going to survive because it's going to be an easy go. And no, I can't assume that. My assumption is if I catch that shit, it's taking me out. I'm done. Right. So
Yeah.
I got to stay my scary ass at home and take care of my children.
Do you recall when it was the 20s or the mid 20s and up aren't getting
Yep.
it, or they're not getting it and it's just the old people. So remember when that was the conversation?
Yeah.
Y'all,
Yeah.
we have evolved since, and let's look at how many people your age have gotten it. How
Yep.
many people who are kids, babies have gotten it. Look at this. Your animals have gotten it.
Uh-huh.
Stop playing. Stop
Right.
playing.
And some people are like, well, it's not deadly. Okay, not in all cases it's deadly, but for some people it is extremely deadly, right? Some people don't get past this. And for you to not care because it doesn't kill, most people, that means you have no concern and no regard for the people that it does kill. Like, what kind of monster are you? Like, those are real life people. Those are people who had dreams and aspirations just like you. They wanted to be something and make something of themselves just like you. But here you are dismissing them because they ain't you and you are alive and they ain't. So you don't care. To me, that's the height of selfishness that is enough to actually destroy us in this country. It is a level of evil that is just, par for the course, though. It's Friday night. They're going to do some shit like this.
Yeah. Man, I could talk about this all night because it's just been so frustrating. And I know that I haven't done the best, but I've done what I can do in my mind, right? You have people who are
Right.
doing nothing. I've
Right.
seen people have parties in a home and then go out and DJ kids parties right after. And I was like, I put up this whole status. And this was in the beginning of when COVID-19, and we didn't, it was very. Actually, it's still the same disease that it was then.
Right, right. But we were afraid of it because
disease except for time.
we
Nothing
were
changed.
afraid of it because we didn't have enough time for them to desensitize us. Now we've had enough time for the government to desensitize, and society in general to desensitize us to it. So now if 5,000 people die in 2-3 days, we're no longer going to be shocked by it because they've gotten us used to it. But it's the same damn disease it was when we were afraid of it in March.
Same disease, y'all. The same disease. It's the same disease when we couldn't find respirators for people in the hospitals,
Right.
right? It's
Right.
that same disease. It's the same disease so much so that we're having to go back into lockdown mode
Right.
on tonight in New York City at 10 p.m. If it's not 10 p.m. right now, in the next 30 minutes in New York City, they're going to have to go back into lockdown mode where everything is closing in.
Why did your Latina accent come out right there?
I
You
don't
started to
know.
sound like a Latina woman from Brooklyn. How many accents do you have?
I have just what I have, okay?
Okay,
And that's
all right.
it's what I think is my Haitian accent comes out and it tries to mix in with where people think I'm from New York and I'm not. I'm a Florida girl. So
Yeah.
that tries to like fight each other. And then
That was the New York accent fighting to get out right there.
yeah. I mean, I live there, but
How
I'm
many
not.
how many languages do you speak?
I speak 2 languages.
2 languages, but you speak you know how to code switch in English,
Yeah.
right? You have your broadcaster voice, and you have your regular voice, right? And you got all the other versions. So how many voices do you have?
Oh my God. So let's say I have the Florida girl because I am a Florida girl. So sometimes I can get really city girl. And then I have my, of course, what you guys hear, my normal voice. This is my normal voice, my raspy,
Right.
which gives the real New Yorker. That it just gives that.
Ah,
It gives
that was
that.
good. That was good.
So, and then I lived in Brooklyn for a few years, so that kind of comes and goes. And I'm a Haitian girl. My dad fluently speaks Spanish, and so maybe that's where you get that from. And I speak Creole, that's a mixture of the Spanish and the French and our African dialect. So that's all together. So I'm
Right.
all of that in one.
Okay.
All of
Okay. All of that in one. You had to do the whole. Hey, I'm all that in
Yes,
one. You had to
yeah.
look back. You had to look down at it, huh?
Look at it ain't there, but I'm looking at
Ah, man, we are stupid because we just got through talking about how dead ass serious COVID-19 is, and now we talking about all your accents. So we were talking about on the show on the which I don't know which show.
Somebody said I have an inner white lady, I have a rich black woman that lives in the
Where's
suburbs.
that? Okay, let me hear the which black woman that lives in the suburbs.
That's when you get that. That's the voice of the black mom on the
Blackish
Fresh.
on the Fresh
No.
Prince. Wait, which
The
one?
black Vivian, she was black.
Vivian when she okay. Well, they were both
When I say
black.
black, I mean dark skin.
Okay, so the darker hue Vivian, the original one that was out there dancing like
So when
Phil.
she's talking to Phil and she's talking, when the music gets serious,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Will, no, you should have spoken with me for that rich white, I'm a rich black woman. I would never be the rich white woman."
Which voices do you think I have? Do you pick
You
up from that?
have the preacher's voice.
Yeah, I can't get away from that.
Okay. You give me the preacher's voice, period. Then you give me the educator.
Okay.
The educator all the time. It's like, and when you give that, I'll be like, here you go. Okay, all right.
Well,
And
I
then
do
you have
what I
a
do.
country accent, like a really, really, like you done
Country.
in the fields, right?
Yeah.
And then you give me the imposter from Florida. And I'll be
Imposter from
"Hey, you was
Florida?
there for 2 days.
Wait
2
a
days.
minute. Hold on. My most formative years were in Florida. Just because I wasn't in there in middle school. I was in Florida in high school. So everything people learn in high school, I learned in Florida, which was really in that column of, I got two columns in my life. I'm equal parts ignorant and enlightened. And it took Florida, I'm not going to lie, to fill up my ignorant category. I learned how to be real ignorant in Florida. And that actually helped. It really helped out.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like when I went to FAM, I was booty popping before FAM because I lived in the Haitian suburbs. Like when Haitians move in and infiltrate the white community, and they call all their people to come and move into that area. That's where I lived. But when I went to FAMU,
yeah, you need that sauce.
it
You
was
need that
crazy.
sauce.
It was
Right.
like, listen, no, we're twerking here. We're doing this dance. We're doing line dances. We're this is what it is. Like we eating chicken on Wednesdays. Pull up. Like in the morning, we got all the food ready for you. We got greens in the morning. How? I don't know, but you got greens. I just didn't get it, but I did get that sauce from FAMU.
Yeah. Now you got to pick up the sauce somewhere, because it's necessary. Like it's hard to be a black person without a little bit of sauce. Ask some of our friends who are black, were like they don't, they either don't care about having any sauce or they just have no chance of having sauce. But they're still black. They still 100% black in all their other experiences.
You're just you. You're just you. And I know that I'm a lot sometimes. I always say I'm too much and just enough, right?
Lord Jesus.
I'm too much and just enough. For some people, I'm not enough. For some people, I'm too much. But I know that I'm too much and just enough. My personality is very loud. I happen to have so many different accents. I speak a lot with my hands, right? And my nails is always loud and colored.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, you went to a nail tech, huh?
I went to the nail. Oh, she goes, it's only one lady. And she makes sure that it's just me and her. Wash my hands before I step in, before I even get close to her. Make sure mask is on and everything. I mean, she provides new masks for you at the door.
I've been wanting to call you out on that the entire episode because your nails are popping though. They popping. A lot of people see them in the audience.
But they're always nice. But thank you so much.
Yeah,
These are marble.
That was one thing that you would never let down. I think for me, it was like I was gonna say something that's gonna make it seem like you let down. for me, I never let down on my scent. Like, what am I wearing? What am I smelling like? Is it cocoa butter today? If that's all, is it cocoa butter with a cologne? Like, I'm just really, really particular about that. And that's not to say that you weren't particular about that, but I know you always kept your nails like,
nobody was going to tell
attack
me.
ready.
Because I'm going to tell you, when I was in J school, I remember whom I love. I'm not going to name his name because I love him, but he said this to me. And he was like, okay, you're going to get out of here. You're going to get out of school.
Mm-hmm.
Please remember that you're a dark-skinned sister.
Professor, what's his name? Yeah.
I'm not going to say his name, but he said, please remember that because I love him. Please remember that you're a dark-skinned sister and you're Haitian. I need you to make sure that you keep that hair straight.
Because it's a burden.
Yeah.
It's a burden because of the negative.
They're not going to like you because you're dark skinned already.
Right.
So it's going to be hard. And then they're going to look at you and think, okay, like she's, so this and that, right? She's prissy. She's this.
Right.
So make sure you keep your nails at a certain area because you're dark skinned. You go in with those nails, they're going to think ghetto. So come in, short nails, keep your hairs in those tight curls. And my hair was frying from those tight curls, okay? Like, it was just like I just, when I got the chance to just be me and be free in independent media
See, y'all still won't let me be me, though. Y'all won't let me be me because I got just my blue shirt. I wear my blue shirt every day.
But that's different, though. We're helping you out, brother.
Right,
okay?
No, I appreciate it.
It's different, right? I ain't telling you not to be bald. It's a good look for you. It's a good look for you, sir. So
I got it.
It's a difference.
I can't be short, fat, black, bald, and dressing raggedy. I gotta have at least. I gotta do something.
We gotta make sure our black brother is looking good. Now, if you tell me that because of my nails, I'm giving you, I can't do my job. That's the problem. And I know, and because you're blue shirt, I'm not saying you can't do your job, but honey, when you're up there with the best of them, we need you to make sure.
Yeah, because you know what? Because here's the thing. You know what it was? Like, I remember somebody said, Ben, just make the image match the man. I'm always worried about what I'm saying. I'm always worried about, not in the sense that I'm concerned. I'm like super confident. I open up my mouth. I can hang with anybody out there. But I don't need to be the super smart guy out there wearing the same blazer for the 8th time in a row. And they didn't pay attention.
Somebody asked me if I have Italian in me. No, I ain't got no Italian in me.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Talisha Conklin, you got to help me out with this one. She said, I like how Ben says woman, !
Yes, he said,
what do I do?
With WH or woman. He has that Steve Harvey-ness in him.
What are you talking about?
What? The whom? Tell him to say his daughter Elizabeth. Tell him to say his daughter's name.
Elizabeth. What's wrong with that?
I'm like Elizabeth, and he's like Elizabeth.
It's spelled Elizabeth.
I think everybody who's Elizabeth is spelled Elizabeth.
Right.
Elizabeth.
So they're saying it wrong. I'm not saying it wrong. They're saying it wrong. It's Elizabeth. Audience, is it Elizabeth like she says it, or Elizabeth like I say it? Put it in the chat room. If it's Bith, put BITH. Don't put that extra C in there, please.
Somebody said say whipping cream. Whipping cream.
It's whipping cream, right?
Okay, yeah, it's whipping cream. Okay, you got that right. That's good.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but you sometimes you be on your Steve Harvey whipping cream and whom and why.
Why?
Why?
Oh man. Okay. So, Raylan Bunch says she doesn't.
Everybody's saying. Wait. Oh no. Everybody. Some people are saying Beth.
Right. It's Beth. It's not Beth. Hang on. Let me scroll down to that. It is Beth. Okay. Beth. Another Beth. Beth. Okay. So we're evenly divided. I guess that's like remember the blue shirt, the blue dress. That if you looked at it, most people saw the white dress, the white and gold dress versus the blue and black dress.
I recall.
Right. So I think that's this thing. Like half of us are going to say Beth because it literally is spelled Beth. And the rest of y'all are saying Bith because it's easier for you to say.
So it's so funny because my first language was Creole. Like when I went somewhere, like, to school with the kids, and they would be like, you have, and they would explain the type of like bump I would have for maybe a mosquito bite or whatever. And I went to this girl, and I never forget it. I was like, you have a button. And she was like, because they was ratchet at school. She was like, what I got? I was like, you have a button on your arm. And she was looking at me crazy. Because in Creole, you say like if you have like a bump, you say bouton, and also that's also like the buttons or on the clothing or something. So it was my bad, and I was like, dang, this is embarrassing because I can't say some words in English. There are some things I can't translate to this day.
Everybody's saying that you dead ass right about Steve Harvey on the why? What's on the board? Let's see what else is saying. Somebody wants me to say Annette. What's wrong with that? Like, how do you say Annette?
Annette.
Because so we basically like a little difference, but you put the emphasis on the T, right? Annette.
Annette. That's probably because these braces and I got like my teeth in the front are like huge. So
funny.
So no. But I'm gonna be like the people in the beginning of the show. I really gotta sell my body. So listen, let me say something.
You gotta do what?
I'm not really selling my body, no. Oh. But so you guys know that I slave in the daytime.
They don't like that language, particularly though the fact that you say you slave, but
they don't like that language, and I apologize.
But it's your choice to how you want to describe it. How you describe it as slaving away at this corporate empire.
Yes, I do, and I apologize if you guys are offended by that, but that is my truth. And if you guys knew and saw me on a regular day, y'all would be like, "Get Rebecca out of them shackles." Okay, but no,
Rebecca, so I gotta do it to you. Somebody said, "Why the long face?"
For who, me?
No, they just said, they probably were talking about me, but I know that's your thing.
So he's laughing because I always say I beat myself up, right? And I'll just mention these features about myself. For me, I have a long ass face, so I'm all face. Like my head is just from here to here, and we'll crack on each other about that. And I know an animal that I resemble is a deer, so it's like
I'm the chipmunk. I'm the chipmunk, and you're the Bambi, right?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. They did call me Bambi in school. Mm-hmm. It's true, and I'm okay with that.
But no, I don't think there's a single person in the actual audience who like sees that as a problem for you, right? So
it's one of my features that I love about myself. Actually, I'm a long girl. I'm pretty tall. You guys don't know, but I'm pretty tall, right? I'm 5'7". If I wear heels, I'm like 6'1", right? And who's gonna have a
Wait a minute. How many inch heels are you putting?
I'm putting on like 6 inches. Like I'm out here stripping.
You okay? Finish telling them the story, but you said you go from 5'7" to 6'1". I need that solution literally in my life. Go ahead.
No, but listen, guys. Seriously though, I'm saying this because I done took off some hours of work right tonight to be here. Yeah. So I need y'all to send in them super chats. Like.
Yes, we are moving a little slow on the super chat. So if it is,
keep pushing. I know we're a little slow tonight. It's a slow Friday night. It's Friday the 13th.
Did you really come in here pumping up the super chats? Oh my God!
I'm gonna do it, but I'm like, listen, speed it up, y'all. I need to be like them hours I lost. We gotta recuperate.
Oh man, Raylyn, I swear to God, when we meet in person the first time, we fight. And she said, Ben, they don't make insoles that high. Talk about taking me from 5'7" to 6'1". That's not gonna. But y'all could do it.
Not even the 6
y'all
inches.
Y'all could do it with heels. Nobody care. But if I put on heels, that's gonna be like that's the end of my career.
Why?
Just because it'd be like this dude really want to be tall that by it.
Like in the 70s.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm gonna be just as confident in my 5'7". I used to date a girl who was like literally 5'10", and then she would put on like 4-inch heels, and then we go out. And I was like, hey, it's whatever. Like that didn't matter to me so much as a whole lot of other things. But I digress.
Please digress. Anywho, what else we got? Listen, audience.
We got another video. Let's see what this next video is like.
I'm told that it's possible that the president may take some questions this afternoon. Obviously,
actually, do we care? Do we care about what they're talking about? What you were about to say? I don't really care about these folks at this point. It's too late in the evening to give a damn about what they.
It's Friday night, and we always want to have a conversation with our community, our brothers, our sisters, our cousins. You still put the video up?
Yeah, I took it down. It's down.
Okay.
You got a delay on your side, yeah.
But no, like I want. Okay, thank you. I know, but no, I want us to have the conversation with the audience. Listen, talk to us. What do you want us to talk about? What's on your mind? It is Friday night. Are y'all drinking? What are you drinking? Because we're in the house. Lockdown, baby.
Lockdown edition. Oh, there they go. There they go. There go them super chats. I put them all on the screen. Talisha said, for Rebecca, she's amazing, including her extremely long, unordinarily lengthy, the size of an event horizon face.
Thank you to everyone. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all. Listen, somebody said they are high on tonight. Okay.
Who that? Who said they high?
Somebody in there. Jace.
Somebody saying
Somebody
cheers.
drinking Henny. Henny is my drink of choice. But let me tell you guys, let me put y'all on. I'm not trying to.
Somebody said, go ahead.
We're not sponsoring this drink because they ain't paying us. But listen, y'all. This Haitian rum.
Oh, Lord.
Your ancestors speak to you in this bottle. It calms you down. It's a healing agent, okay? I'm telling y'all.
Oh, man, that is amazing. Like, they need to send us a check. What was it again? What's the brand?
This is Bob and Cool.
Bob and
okay?
Cool.
This is a Haitian rum. And they have 5 étoiles, which means 5-star. I'm talking, these are aged. Y'all get you some.
What is
And for the people who are just getting onto it, get you the 4-star, the 4-year. That's calm, but okay. It doesn't make you overly drunk.
Is it
just
expensive?
keeps you good time.
Is it
Is
expensive?
it expensive?
Yeah.
It's about, depending on where you at. If you're in a place, of course, a lot of places do not serve Haitian rum, but like here in Atlanta, it's about $40, maybe $30 to $40. But it's worth it. Trust and believe, and you can mix it into margaritas. You can mix it into like anything, or you could drink it straight. It is good rum. The best.
So I guess, I don't know. I go the spectrum on alcohol. Like I have spent, money on a shot, more money on a shot than I would ever like to admit. So I will, I do think I've had some pretty exclusive taste in terms of alcohol, but it's not, I don't know if that's anything that you should be proud of though. That's the thing.
Somebody said Henny is the drink of peasantry.
That's what I just put on the screen.
It's hoodery, and I like my hoodery sometimes.
Right.
So
it's got a place. It has a place and a space. It's like one of your voices, right? So you got the New York voice, right? You got the Haitian Creole voice. You've got the Latinx voice. You got the African American voice, like you picked up on African American vernacular, and you also have the hood voice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What's that sound like?
My hood voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's got to come out naturally.
Yeah, it has to come out naturally.
So what happens when all those voices are fighting with each other? Who comes out?
Okay, so if I'm really upset, and don't mind me, you guys, if I'm dipping to the side because I'm eating a piece of chicken. But no, it comes out when I'm really upset. Okay, like, and that's probably with my particular half or whatever. I would be like going off on that person. So like, I get real hood, like, okay, like I get real city girl. I'm not even gonna do it, but I get really city.
So what's the environment when that voice comes out? Like, let's put a setting. Let people know who you are. You can ask the same about me, but I think I think they see all my voices all the time on the show. Like they've seen the preacher, they've seen the revolutionary, they've seen the Disney dad, they've seen the not so Disney dad. They've seen most of my voices, so they don't need to answer that question for me. They want to know your voices. What are the different voices?
You're making that up, first of all.
No, they do. In the audience, let me know, are you interested in knowing the different sides of Rebecca based on how we would, categorize a voice?
You guys will see it throughout the show. If you watch any of the clips that I've done, all of those people have come out. I have gotten Ratchet. I have gotten Hood. I have gotten, real, like, Black girl, sedity, right? A lot of people like to call me Black Barbie, and that's okay. I'll take it, right? Like, I got real, like, Haitian. It just depends on what the moment is. And let me tell you something. All of that is me. And like I said, for some people, I'm
Right.
too much, right? But
And for
I'm
others,
just
you're not
for me.
enough.
I've learned to step into who I am and be okay with that.
Right.
Not everybody's gonna like it, and it's cool.
Yeah. Yep. That's wild. I love it. I love
Oh,
it because
somebody sent me $40 for my next bottle.
somebody
Thank
call you a
you.
neck bottle.
No, somebody sent me $40 for my next
Oh
bottle
yeah,
of.
for your next bottle.
Thank
Alpacas
you.
2020. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh boy, because in a minute we're gonna have African Prince join the chat room and be like, "Who the hell is this dropping $40 on
He's
my
on a
lady?"
business fight. He's on a business fight. He's not jealous like that. So
Oh no, that's good.
no, I love the love because you know how cultural people are. They don't really. They're a little tough. So
I'm
he's
not
the
really a
love.
jealous. I say I don't understand. I'm not really the jealous type. Cause especially if like you with me, like I'm jealous when like it's weird, like not presently. Cause right now I have no reason to be jealous. Everything is great. Right. But back in the days when I was in these streets, it's like, you're only jealous of somebody you can't have. Like if you really got them, you literally have nothing to be jealous about
No.
as you eat your chicken.
I'm sorry, I was reaching for the hot sauce. I'm sorry, I'm so hungry, guys. I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to eat before I got on the show, so I apologize. I came straight from my job, so but
So
yeah,
can you be jealous of somebody that you really have? Like if you know you got them, why do you have any reason to be jealous?
because sometimes it's like, you know, like when you see the way that that person may smile at the compliment they're given by another person, and it's like, hold on, you don't smile like that when I.
Because that's one area where you're not confident
You're
that you
lacking.
got them. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody said in the chat room, was like, jealousy stems from insecurity. So
Amen.
how do we even get on that topic? Oh, because you were saying your man ain't that kind of jealous. Like he won't look
No.
at somebody's comment about you and you get like he'd be like, hey, what's going on?
I think it makes them go harder.
I like that. That's respect.
Yeah.
I like him. That's the spirit. If somebody makes you remotely jealous, that means you work harder, not try to tear them down.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? And if anybody's out there with anybody who is like that, being with somebody
Run.
who tears you down, run
run.
from that person.
Real
Actually,
talk.
there was a song by Rico Love where he explains like, "Hey, run from me," and he explains how he's just a broken man, and you want to ask all these questions about why I'm like this, girl. I'm advising you right now: hit the high road, run from
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah. Come on through. Come say hello. My wife bringing me a refill, but she didn't want to be on camera. I could pour it. I
hey,
could.
beautiful. Tell her I said hello.
Rebecca said hello, Jada. And she's waving high. I don't know if you can see her. She's waving high.
No, I can't, but I'm waving back.
So let's keep scrolling through the comments and just answer the questions. So yeah, no, I never really understood jealousy except for when you're right. I'm jealous, and I was because I have no reason to be jealous these days. But when there was somebody I couldn't get, well then yeah, you jealous of every look that she gives somebody else. That's insecurities. And it's an ugly trait. I think I've been a hater one time in my life. You want me to admit to you when I've been a hater? Like
Let me know. Let
legit,
people know.
because it's not a whole lot in my life that I've ever been a hater over, ever, except for one time. You're gonna remember this story because I'm sure I've told you the story
said-
about when I met Ty Tribbett.
Oh yeah, you did tell me. Hater.
So I was hating. Ty Tribbett is a gospel artist. And in my 20s, I thought I was going to be a gospel artist because I love music and I love writing songs more than anything else. Like, I'm not a good musician, but I can write some pretty fire ass songs. And I went to Las Vegas to this gospel event, and there was this young guy on stage who was doing his damn thing. And he was good, but I was there because I wanted them to hear my music. And man, I was like, you know what? I had to admit to myself that I was jealous. Now, fast forward a couple of years, this dude came out with his second album. His second album was the Victory album. And that joint was so good.
Oh, I was gonna say, what you saying?
So amazing, so perfectly crafted that I had to take a step back and said, I'm sitting here being jealous of somebody who's so advanced in his craft that I should just stay out of like kind of like, this ain't your lane, son. You know what I mean? That was his lane. He was flying high. And that's when I realized, I was like, you know what? Never again in my life will I be jealous of anybody over anything, because if I can't have it, that means it's not for me. I need to do my lane.
So speaking of something where somebody was like, one thing you'll take away from quarantine, and that was Madison Griffin. Hey, girl, thanks for the super chat. But one thing,
read those super chats.
oh, honey, let me tell you something, and keep them coming, because she's trying to pay the bills. But no, one thing that I've taken away from quarantine. Speaking of what Ben was saying, this has been the time where we've seen a lot of people flourishing, and we've seen a lot of business crashing, right? I was looking online and I'm like, wow, this was my playground. And I'm looking at these people who just wake up in the morning and do BS, right? And just are making it through. And I was just too down and too afraid of COVID-19 and things like that to really get into the groove of doing what I need to do. So one takeaway that I did take was, hey, Rebecca, sometimes it's okay to just sit down and chill and be in your moment, and let that person's moment be that person's moment. That's not yours. I don't want to say I was a hater. I don't want to say, but I probably was hating. But sometimes I had to pray that spirit up off me. I was like, hey, that Rebecca, you are you, and that's your gift. That is your power. That is you, right? And right now it's okay. You're chilling. You're taking a break. You're breathing. You're trying to figure out what you want to do. You're transitioning, and that's all right. So that's one thing I've taken away from quarantine is that, hey, it's okay to just chill, right?
Nubia K says, tell me about this, because I think this is true for some people. Nubia K says she likes it when her man is a little jealous of her. What do you think?
A little jealous of her. When you say
jealous over her, like, another man is interested. Because the worst thing you could possibly get is a man who's actually jealous of you.
Realize, and me being cultural, it's so stupid. I hate to say it. But I like when my man be like, well, who was that called? And I'm like, that was just, look, that's my husband.
Well, I think in that case, then my wife will absolutely, because if she's into that, I sure be like, who that text you? I need to know.
You know what I say to him? You know what I say to him? Who text us? Who text us? Who called us?
Oh, that's what you say when his phone ring, right?
Like,
so my wife's phone ring, and I'm like, especially don't call it, like, don't text at 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, who texted us?
Disrespectful hours for a married couple? Come on now.
Come on, man.
Disrespectful hours for a married couple. So no, sir.
That's hilarious. All right, let's read whatever else.
That's a little toxic though, but
yeah, that one was the oh, you mean that trait? I thought you were talking about that.
No, I'm talking about that trait.
I thought you were talking about that sip of sauce I got right here.
Or it being like a turn on when he's like, who called you? Who called your phone? Who was that? Who? Mm-hmm. You'd be like, stop acting like that, but then be like, he cares. That is toxic. That is not good. But still, I don't know why it does something for me, but it's not good. Please listen to me. That is a toxic trait. No.
She said no middle ground said it's manipulation. Mm-hmm. I agree. Mm-hmm. I think I agree with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I guess I'm toxic, because sometimes I want my woman to be a little bit jealous of me. Like, just be like, wonder where I am sometimes, check my phone when I'm not looking, make sure I am doing right. Because, if you're not checking, then I don't know, maybe that's a backwards trait too.
I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay. You weren't even listening to me. It's okay. You weren't even listening.
No. It's not a backwards trait. I heard what you said, because I was about to text, but I wasn't. You know what it is though? It's kind of like, when you're right, it's a form of insecurity. When you're not feeling loved in that place, when it's lacking. Because if I was feeling truly loved, when he picks up the phone or whatever, not that I'm saying I'm not feeling truly loved, but if I was, feeling loved enough. Sometimes when you're loved in the right amount, not sometimes, most times when you're loved in the right amount in every place, it's kind of like, that stuff don't even bother you, because like, it's just like, oh, just a call. You don't have to worry about it. But
is it that we want them to? Is it that we want them to be jealous of us, or is it that we want to be wanted by that person? That we want to be wanted by?
It's that you want to be wanted by that person, because I can get a million messages every day telling me how beautiful I am, and I'm so appreciative for it, and I respect it, and I feel thankful for it.
Kites Ali said Ben is bugging. Don't go into the phone. Well, I mean, it just means I got to work harder, right? That's the thing. Like if you know, that's all. It's all twisted. It's
Ben
all a
cut
little
me
bit
off.
sadistic.
Ben cut me off because he's on Grandma there. He cut me off.
It's not the Grand Marnier, but go ahead. It is Grand Marnier in here, but.
And I saw him this morning on the show, and he cut Mondell off. That's how you say his name, Mondell. He cut that man off.
How do you say his name?
Mondell.
Wait,
I don't know.
I thought you were talking about how I say his name because I just
No.
I try to say it as it's spelled. Like if there's some hitting,
Here he
if
go,
there's
cut
some.
me off again, y'all. Cut me off.
Okay, fair enough. Like Cat Beatty said, go on, Rebecca.
Okay. What was I talking about? But anywho, I was saying that it's an insecurity, and if you are loved in the right capacity in every way, you wouldn't have to feel that way. And I have felt loved in the right capacity in every way. But with relationships, you know that sometimes you just start falling off the map, and that's where you just got to pick it on up. So sometimes you just got to be like, oh, that's great.
Hey, don't you ever do that. That's crazy. The biggest insult we could give to each other on this show is after we go on a whole long tirade about something that we're really passionate about, and you look up and say, what? That's crazy. That's the most insulting thing ever. All right, so everybody was mad that I was cutting you off. Key Eyes Ali said, my name is Keys, man. Keys. I'm reading it as it's spelled. Key Eyes. Aaron. Aaron. Are you here? You don't know that sketch. Okay. All right, we'll keep moving. The audience knows it.
I don't know it. I'm sorry. That's why I was staring at you like, okay, let's move on.
I gotta find a reference that you understand. Anyway, in the audience, if you know who I was talking about. See, yep, there you go. Aaron. Come on. Aaron. So what else you got, Rebecca? I got other videos, but we coming up on the hour, and that'll be it for the night. You know, the people need to hear more of you for them to send in more super chats. So let me stop, because the more I talk, the less money you get.
Just hush. Can they hear more of me, please? So anywho, so I really just need y'all to tell Ben to keep me on the show, because we're gonna be here every Friday night. And what I want you guys to do is right before Fridays, on Thursdays on Ben's nighttime show, send in some, or in the beginning of the day on Friday, since we're gonna do these shows at night on Friday nights, and that's gonna be my only slot. On Friday nights, I need you guys to send in some requests or any news information that you may have. Send that on into Ben, to the Benjamin Dixon Show.
Look at all these.
And the producer.
Look at all these people in the audience saying, Ben, be quiet. Shut up, Ben. You know, let her talk. Y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone.
He cut me off again. He cut me off.
Y'all gonna miss me. I'm gonna say it, and you can have it, because y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone. Ain't gonna be nobody here but Rebecca and the other guys, and I'm gonna be taking a year off doing what I gotta do. Y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone.
And that's okay. Oh, did you get? They want to see a close up of my nails. Let me see if I can get that done for you guys. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's white.
Oh, look,
marble.
my hands up here for like 10 minutes because I'm looking at myself on the live. So, but anywho, it's marble with gold flakes. My Dominican sister definitely assisted me on that, so I appreciate that.
Hey,
but,
they said, well, I gotta cut you off here, because they said we sound like a church offering. Where's the music to encourage us to dig deep? That's exactly what it's like.
Ben does play, so
it is. I do. Get my keyboard. We'll do some. You don't have to worry. We'll do a little offer song. Sing
and
it.
don't you be afraid, afraid.
That's close.
Joy comes in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Troubles, they don't last always. For there's a friend in Jesus who will wipe your tears away. That's me on the mic, because I'm doing extra, right? They're telling me don't do the runs, go straight, Rebecca, and I'm like, away. It's too much, but yeah, that's the music that we're playing. But no, honestly, you guys, I want you guys to send in more questions so that we can be political in the beginning, in the middle, whatever, whenever we want to be political. And we can also have a kickback on Fridays and just talk about what's going on and just have a good time, because that's what I'm about, right?
Somebody said I sound like I was jealous.
Yeah.
that we know it. No, you know what? I appreciate bringing you on. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, I'm out in this commentary streets all day. They're like, damn, Ben all day from TYT to Ben Dixon show. If I got earlier, I actually could have be with the chat.
Yes.
And I'm like, listen, okay, this is the agreement we are going to come to. I am not going to change my outfits for every single stream in the day.
You don't have to.
I don't have that many. I don't have that. Y'all gonna mess me up. Now, if y'all see me, here's Kevin Reavers added $10 to your offering basket.
Thank you.
Well, at least we're honest here. We're not gonna tell you this is going to the building fund. This is gonna go to her.
Right now, enough. Because you're still cutting me off. You are still cutting me off. I was telling the audience, no, seriously, I want to vibe with you guys, and I have been every Friday. This is my third Friday with you guys. Let's make this a thing. On Fridays, we just kick back. We talk politics sometimes, and then we talk about some personal stuff. We're just gonna unwind. I told you, because this is the season where depression is trying to come in and really get into people's heads and things like that. But I'm here to help us get through that, because I understand, right? And I'm here to help us get through that. Like, this is going to be your therapy. Have some therapy with me. I'll come. So we'll sing with you, we'll kiki with you, we'll cry with you, we'll laugh with you, all of that. It's going to be a good time. So, keep funding. I love you guys.
Oh man, she about to go Kamala. They said you're about to go Kamala on me. Like, excuse me, sir, I'm speaking.
Mr. President, I was speaking. Mr. Vice President, I was speaking.
That's her. Do it again. That was perfect.
No.
You can't do it twice. All right, let's see what everybody else is. We got like 13 minutes left here. Delvin Scott is laughing at the building fund. Me and Delvin Scott know about the building fund for them churches. We went to the same church. His dad was a deacon. My dad was a pastor. It was interesting times. But no, his dad was always a kind-hearted man. The point is, we know about building funds. So we're not going to lie and tell you this is for... Nope, we're not cutting each other off anymore. Here's the funny thing. I don't even remember now, Rebecca. God, go, Rebecca.
I didn't cut you off.
You did.
Can I talk about the building funds? No.
Talk about the building funds if that's what you feel. So
I was going to say, here's the thing about the building funds. For me, there was so many building funds, but I never saw the building. Here's the difference right here. The more you give, the more of me you will see. The more content you will get. The more it will start to look different. The more
you sound like God. You sound like God. The more you give, the more you shall receive. Go ahead.
Look, hello. The microphone will appear here, with like Ben's. The quality will be better. It wouldn't. Okay. I won't be on my MacBook all the time. Right. It's just gonna grow. So the more that you help fund, the earlier that we can come on and we can vibe.
You know what the problem is? Have you figured out the problem? What the holdup is?
What's the holdup?
Me. I gotta take some time away, and which will probably happen this weekend, and shift gears from this side, the camera side, what we do, the content, the show time. Like, I do this well, and I can do this in my sleep, and boom, boom, boom. Obviously, sometimes I've done it in my sleep by the look of my eyes. But what I haven't put the time in is finishing y'all's contracts and just getting it done so that you can look at it.
Haven't seen a dime because the contract ain't been signed.
That has a lot of levels to it. We'll leave those levels alone. We're gonna let your for reasons your what you say is gonna be accurate.
Thank you.
I like the way you maneuvered that. Because what am I gonna say?
What can you say?
Layers, ladies and gentlemen. And our goal is for you to know us well enough so that if we tell an inside joke, you will be on the inside and you'll know it too. That's the only way to live. I don't want to know an inside. I don't want people to enjoy an inside joke and I don't know what the hell's going on. But we just enjoy the inside joke and everybody's like, Y'all keep hanging out with us. Y'all know all of our inside jokes.
Listen, I'm selling it hard, y'all, because I'm selling it hard because I know how good I am. And I've said it before, I will never allow somebody to tell me who I am and whose I am. I remember we talked about that as a first night, like, period. I will never allow somebody to tell me that, right? I know how good I am. I know how beneficial I will be to you. So you
To
guys
me?
funded. No, I'm talking to the audience.
No, to me
You guys are
too.
beneficial to me. It's like, I give you the content. You help keep me on. Like, I love you guys for even rocking with me. I'm
Yeah.
honored, okay, every single day that you guys still remember who I am. Some of you guys still remember my work. So I know how great I am, and I know how beneficial I can be to you guys, giving you guys information and just chilling with you guys and just giving us
Yeah.
a moment to just kick back during this whole pandemic. A lot of us
Well,
have had so much. No, Ben, no.
I was about to give you a dope ass compliment too. See,
Okay, well, go ahead then.
sometimes you got to let me just break in there because you never know if I'm going to say something talking so abstract that you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, or I could say something that's, a compliment to you.
Well, majority of the time, you
Here's a
guys show.
compliment. Here's a compliment. The fact is you're like me. That's the compliment. I could trust that I don't have to go over any story with you. And you are going to process the information that we discuss so quick that you can respond even if you don't know anything about the goddamn story I just got going over. And I don't say that as an insult. I say that as birds of a feather flock together, because a lot of times I don't be knowing none of these. I don't be knowing
We've
none
been
of the stuff.
flocking. We've been flocking. This dude was like, listen, Ben will put something on spot, but this is how you know. You have to really know what's actually going on, at least some bits of it, so that you can follow along. I'm not just here as some fluff for you guys. I actually know some stuff, and I actually have something to say. So
Right.
we talk about it. Like, it's better when you, like I say all the time, I'm not regurgitating nothing, right? I can't
Right.
do it. I used to do that all the
Right.
time because that was my role
I
as
don't have
journalist.
I don't have the discipline to sit there and memorize y'all shit. Don't.
I don't have it. But
Right.
because I know about what's going on already, if you guys just tell me something about the, whatever, listen, I know about this and that and that, and I know who it's affecting, and I know what we're going to do to make sure we stop it, or how we can make our voices heard to get the thing done for real.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
And
I'm
that's just
curious
that.
about this comment from Lisa Catlett. We basically real time, which is probably weird for them. Like, I can see their comments almost maybe 2 seconds after they send it. So it's almost real time. So Lisa just said a couple seconds ago, I think y'all are cool enough, but you two are attention yos. I'm just saying.
Oh, yes. Okay, so like I told you before, we ain't gonna be for everybody, right? So, like, you might come on here and think we're doing the most, but this is literally us all the time. Watch Ben on
Really?
the network, watch Ben on the show. This is him all the time. If you go on my page on Instagram, this is me all the time. I'm just me. Like,
Right.
I'm very saved, then I'm very ratchet. I'm very cultured, like with my Haitians, with my Zoes. I really only eat Haitian food, to be honest.
You don't
And
mess with
then,
this American stuff?
and sometimes it's growing on me. And then at the same time, like, I'm really American, so I have all of this within me. You're gonna get all of that, and it may be attention-y to some people. It may not be, but it's me, and I had to learn to be okay with being me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, listen, I feel better when people are watching me, right? I do my best when the
Somebody
pressure
said we
also,
seem like siblings. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the
well,
evil big
yeah.
brother.
because we share the same gift, right? Our gift is instant analysis. Like, we can hear a thing and we figure that thing out before you finish saying the sentence, right? You've been in an argument with your man, and before he even finished saying the sentence, you already know the lie he's concocted. You already know how to unravel that lie.
Oh, crap. That's
So-
what I'm saying. People see that and they pick that up easily. That's why I'm so grateful that people will be like, "No, that's Ben and Rebecca." Like, they know that we've gotten into it and over politics and my politics and his politics. And then the next day, be like, "Yeah, you good? You good?
Yeah,
Okay,
we
you hungry?
good, we
What you
good.
do?"
We gonna keep
Stuff
moving.
like
We gonna
that.
keep moving.
That's the
Yeah.
kind of vibe, and the audience has as well, because I've seen people who disagree with me, who disagree with you, but still be like, "Love you, mean it." You
Right,
know what I mean?
right. No, I mean it is since we're operating from the same talent, right? You know, it's a gift. It's a gift. I could say something to you, and if you're paying attention, because that's the other part of you, is the same part of me. We're not always paying attention.
Look,
Right?
like off to a flame.
Squirrel.
I was like, yeah, baby.
Squirrel. Right? So it's like, you know, if we're paying attention, then whatever you say to us, we can synthesize in a matter of seconds before you're done even saying it. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when people try to lie to us, it is so funny because I'm like, you didn't even really work on this lie, did you?
Like, no, you a whole liar right now. Like, you lying.
At least put some effort into your lie, man.
Like when they try to say, I can't even go into the story. I can't even, like when I was being displaced from my last place of employment. When
they escorted you out.
And they said, hey, here's a safe space. Here it is. I'm a safe space for you.
And then they fired your ass.
Like, I think it was like an hour later, I told Ben, like, yo, this lady ain't about what she talk about. Okay? Like, she's out here, she's an informant. Like, she's out here trying to get information. And I think that we're going to be out of here by tomorrow. Wow. The next day, she done pulled up in her little van caddy.
Can you imagine, though? Can you imagine all of the time that you are being forced to waste because you got to pay these little silly bills? You know, you got to go work for this Bank of America, and you got to give them your time, and you just wasting Wachovia.
That's crazy. For people who are working in those corporate places like Bank of America or Wells Fargo,
or like any of those places, many banks that are out there that I don't even know of. That, you know, like what's that green one? First Union. Remember First Union? It's gonna work. They're not gonna catch it. I'm the worst.
Y'all, see, this is why I gotta get the super chat. This thing gonna get me fired. This is gonna get me fired. He's gonna get me fired.
Hey, somebody sent $100 super chat.
Look at they know. Look at the comments.
It's Wachovia.
They're gonna get me fired.
Oh my God.
I'm done. You guys, listen. If you guys don't see me next
wait, can I say something? Can I say something? This is why I always tell revolutionaries, like, if y'all out here really plotting, you know, whatever you plotting, don't tell me nothing. Because I'm gonna mess up and tell it on the air. I'm gonna mess up and say it. So don't tell me anything critical. It's plausible deniability. Just don't include me in your plans.
Y'all, please, look, I need to pay my rent. Okay, I gotta make sure car payment is secure. Okay, I have to go out there and work for them folks, and it ain't good. And that's all I'm going to say about that, okay?
Oh, man. It is not. Hey, somebody said Ben is a narc. Not on purpose, man. I'm just processing. You got to understand. My role here is to process a whole lot of stuff at a speed faster.
Ben can't hold water.
I'm too busy processing. I'm too busy thinking. That's why I don't realize I've been wearing the same blazer every time I was on national TV, because I was really focused on the issue.
You guys see the anxiety in my face? It's not there. But anywho.
Child, we got you. Look. All right. So let me switch gears a little bit. We got you, right? Listen, between me and the audience, if anything ever happened because of that, well, then you just be full time doing streams all day. How would you be? What would be your reaction?
Please, sir. mean? Is that?
Please, sir, could I have some more?
I don't know that, man. That?
I need oxygen.
I'm done.
What do people talk about? This is how I am all the time, man. I just don't get when we talk. You know what it is? I take on the story, whatever the story is. If y'all done shot one of us, then I'm probably the dude that's ready to rip somebody's throat out, right? If it's politics and just talking about Donald Trump, then I'm quick on the fly and I can figure something out about his ignorance that most other people haven't seen. I'm quick on the fly. But if y'all just let us, same thing with you, Rebecca. I feel like if people just let us be us, then it would be funny as hell, but poignant as hell at the same time, right? Like you learning, you picking up some stuff here. We ain't just laughing, right?
Well, you talking about people? Yeah, the people are picking up stuff. I've seen them in the comment section all day who were giving compliments. And I think it's, more so with you on your end, with you saying, I'm about to lose my job.
Well, I thought you were saying, please, if I could do this streaming all day and not have to work.
I love it though. Listen, if I can do the streaming all day, put me on at a moment where I'm able to do at least 4 or 5 stories. Right. Positive. Like I already told the audience last week on that Friday, listen, this is what I want to do. I want to make sure I get some political conversation. What me and Ben do, I love it. We can kick it. We can laugh. Get me on midweek. Let's have some conversations. I really want to focus on strong Black women, and I don't care what the men say. Listen, I want to focus on strong Black women.
You don't care what we say?
Because you guys are going to love it. It's going to be beautiful women. It's going to be about what women got going on. It's going to be all of that. This is what I want. Like, I want to discuss what we have going on. And there's so much more than just like Kamala Harris right now.
Right.
But let's talk more about Cori Bush. Like, let's keep it moving. Let's keep the conversation going.
So people keep saying I need to get Ben some coffee, take his glass. But Rebecca, like you work with me, like this is why our content works, is because I'm able to be me around you in a way that I'm not allowed to be me with the fellas in the morning. Like this is not alcohol. This is me.
This is him on the regular.
Right. Like, and when you don't see me like this, you're not seeing the real me.
Yeah, well, he's been on a diet and literally been not drinking, not eating no food, and been just like this. So
right. I have fallen off a little bit. Like normally, you would not catch me. That's what I'm saying. Like I've spent more months.
Me too.
Working out, like eating right, and so this little spell that I'm having right here is just kind of like we're just having fun, but I still got 40 pounds to lose. So I'm gonna get right back on my goals setting in the middle of the month.
I saw earlier that on your show, and not to compare, but he was saying we just have this amount of people on the show, but I feel like the right amount of people are watching at the right time because you guys are here kicking it with us still, and I'm loving each and every one of you guys. Right. Love you, mean it, and it's Friday. I need you guys. I need you guys every Friday because you help me get through my night. You help me get through, like being so miserable working for a corporation that I will not. I'm
Amazon.
About to lose my job.
No, you not. Look, we got you, man.
I'm like, Rebecca, this is you? I'm gonna be like, ooh, I wouldn't know this man if I seen him walking down the street.
Sorry for that, man.
Sorry to this man.
Sorry to that man. And there your ass is in the video.
And I'm like,
I don't know who that is.
Look, me?
That's not me. I don't know who that is.
Look, and then I go unclipping the wig. That is not me.
Oh man. So anyway, you know what I need to do, and it's the perfect time to do it. I need to thank my patrons, because the truth is what I've learned is to not spend any more money in my life budget than what my patrons give me, because ad money comes and goes. What really makes this thing work is a consistent support base of patrons and subscribers on Twitch. We got to throw them in there. So let's take a couple of seconds here, and I want to thank all of my patrons with a oh, there it is, what I like to call the patron party. Here we go. Hang on. That's the music. All right, here we go. Patron party.
Go to www.patreon.com/The BPD Show and get twice the content and unfiltered interviews without any of the commercial interruptions.
And here we go. At this point in every single episode, I'd like to take a minute to thank the people who make the show possible, our patrons. Very special welcome to our new Twitch subscriber, Rostadamus, Bob San Sushi, Debash Mode, DJ Addy, Grumpy Old Nerd, Stoned and Confused. Oh, wait a minute. Jay May, Texton, thank you for becoming subscribers on Twitch. New patrons, Jeff X, Phyllis M, Sue Ann Z, Thomas D. You too can become a part of this prestigious and prodigious patron family by going to patreon.com/The BPD Show, where you get twice the content, unfiltered interviews, none of the commercial interruptions, and you give me the ability to speak power into the powerless, whether the powerful like it or not. Hey. That's it. A little music here.
Welcome back to the Benjamin Dixon Show.
Hey.
Visit us online at
Oh, you still say like it or
thebenjamindixonshow.com.
not?
Oh, I still say like it or not. Yeah, I do. Check me out. All right, that's the end of the show for today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to wrap it up here. We're already 2 hours and 7 minutes into the broadcast. I'm going to let Rebecca get the second and last word, the first and last, second, third, fourth, whatever word that she wants to give. I need everyone on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, tell my producer where we're going. Are we rating? Who are we rating? Please let him know in the next 60 seconds. Rebecca, we still have 614 people who are listening to us. You just got a super chat saying thank you, President Ben and VP Rebecca. I love it.
President Rebecca and Vice President Ben.
We
I
can
like
take
that
it.
better.
Listen, I have never listen.
Yeah,
I am
Kermit,
more than
like
happy.
it though. What's that?
I let you shine. I do better the more you shine.
You know what? I'm looking forward to getting married so that I could like be so gassed up by my husband. You know, I saw that interview by somebody did with Abby Phillips. I know this is random, but somebody did with Abby Phillips' husband, and he was like, "Listen, when she shines, we shine."
Right.
I need to be gassed up like that because I feel like I am that amazing. Like, and I know that I will gas my husband up. I don't care what job he got. I'm like, yes, baby. Go ahead, put that garbage on the truck. Like that's, you know, I'm about that life. I am, and I am going to be booting for men forever. So I want that same energy. But anyways, I digress. My last word is. We talked about relationships today. I want you guys to feel secure in every one of your relationships. Don't be toxic. Love the way you're supposed to be loved, and make sure he's speaking, she's speaking, they are speaking, them, shem, whatever, are speaking to your love language and are speaking to, you know, all of you that needs to be loved. Never deny yourself any kind of love because you're worried about how that person's going to feel. And that's my tea on that. Listen, we are in cuffing season, and if you're trying to be cuffed, make sure that you are cuffed the right way. Amen?
Amen and amen. We will see everybody on Monday. Take care.